The CEO of SafeMoon had hinted at in the last AMA about wind turbines. I know I saw somebody in the comments section that was wondering a little bit more details about that. I'm sure for everyone else that has now heard about this, you are all also wondering because it was a little hint. He couldn't really elaborate more on things. And I am also curious, and I've got a theory on this. And I also see that some other people have theories on this. So that's going to be the focus on this video and how that could potentially play a role of what, again, I think is going to be potentially playing out with SafeMoon, and it's a really cool thing. I just want to start off by saying, as usual, that I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion. It's my own research, and I encourage you guys to go do your own research as well. There was a post earlier today over on the SafeMoon subreddit. This was posted by Let's Get I'm not going to say that. So anyways, it says right here, if you enlarge this image, blockchain is the next big thing for renewable energy. Focus on an article about that because wind turbines are renewable energy. So that blockchain mechanic function integrated in with that obviously makes sense. In addition to that, you have the Gambia launches ambitious renewable energy projects by Miguel Artacho. Okay, so we're going to read through this article here just a little bit in just a second. And as you guys can see, there's a little bit that's right there. But this is talking about renewable energy inside of the Gambia. For those of you guys that are not aware, how the Gambia is playing a role with that of SafeMoon has been previously mentioned, and the CEO has already released this information. So it's public, okay? That SafeMoon is trying to become a currency to be used across the Gambia. He's talked with the ambassador over there. They've showed the video of them having communications. He's made trips over to the Gambia. It is something that looks very, very promising, and there's very good chances of it happening because they straight up gave them the blueprint. Here's the steps of what you need to do in order to have this to make it happen, right? So that's some great news right there. And the wind turbines being over in the Gambia. All right, well, some other keywords that we've seen also in talks about with SafeMoon is, for example, mesh networks. So the value that comes in with mesh networks from the research that I've been looking into is that people that live in, let's say, out in the countryside, farmers, they want to be able to do transactions. Maybe they don't have internet, though. You can actually use the IoT, which is the Internet of Things, to help establish these mesh networks. So essentially, you're doing transactions without having a direct point of access to the internet because it's relaying it all the way back through to that original point. That's my understanding on it. If I'm wrong somehow, you guys can tell me in the comments, but from my understanding, I looked at everything on this. That's what I see, okay? So I went ahead and looked this up, and I came across this article, Condition Monitoring of Wind Farm Based on Wireless Mesh Network. So we're talking about mesh networks, and we're talking about wind turbines now. And this really stood out to me right here. The case study identifies the most critical components of wind turbines and propose a set of possible sensors that could be included in the wireless mesh network to monitor the condition parameters of the turbine. So if you want to make sure that the turbines are up to date, they're standard, or everything's working, if there's anything that malfunctions, it can relay it back to you, and you're kind of identifying what it is that's going wrong with it. The value of the mesh networks can play in with that. Maybe by having mesh networks tied in with the wind turbines, I almost said windmills, but with the wind turbines, you could use those as waypoints because you don't really see wind turbines when you walk out in the middle of your street in your city, right? Those are typically things that you see out in the countryside. So those could be the waypoints that we could see to allow the access, the freedom of the unbanked, the people that are out there in the countryside that would normally have to travel all the way into the city, and if they even have bank setups, but most people over in Africa, they have phones. So it's great to see this moving forward, and I think that could be creating an opportunity as that medium, right? The wind turbines could potentially be the medium. Now let's go ahead and briefly look over this article here. This is by Miguel Artacho, field editor. Although the Gambia is actively exploring offshore areas to tap into hydrocarbons potential and aims to position itself as one of the new oil-producing countries in the MSGBC basin, by no means is fossil fuel development the only area in which the Gambian authorities are looking to boost the dynamicism. I don't know how to say that word. The dynamism of the country's energy sector. A number of ambitious projects are also underway by utilizing renewable energy technologies. Today, the main source of energy in the Gambia are primarily firewood, electricity, petroleum imports and liquefied petroleum gas, also known as LPG, but a number of renewable energy initiatives are in the works thanks to ongoing funding from individual countries as well by multilateral institutions like the European Investment Bank or the EIB. Thus, the Gambia is becoming increasingly well positioned to help diversify its energy mix by incorporating new sources of renewable energy. I'm going to include a link to this article so that you can read through more of it. I'm just going to go ahead and skip on down here to their last little paragraph. So we're just reading the beginning and end, but you guys can read more on this if you want the link. In response to growing demand by renewable power and increasing interest by international stakeholders to invest, develop, and succeed in Africa, Energy, Capital, and Power will hold the MSGBC Oil, Gas, and Power 2021 conference and exhibition on the 1st to 3rd December 2021. Now, keep in mind, there's supposed to be more information about Operation Phoenix and the Gambia in December. There is an election that is taking place in December over in Kenya. They've used blockchain technology for their election process. So that's another theory about what could potentially be playing over in the Gambia with SafeMoon. And so this fits right within that timeline. If they have this conference, we might very well end up seeing SafeMoon having an event at this conference. Focused on enhancing regional partnerships, spurring investment and development in the oil, gas, and power sectors, the conference will unite regional international stakeholders with African opportunities, servicing as a growth-oriented platform for Africa's energy sector. Okay? Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. I think this is something that seems very logical to me. And I do have referral links. If you guys want to get free cryptocurrency, you want to get free stock, check out the links. It is free money. It actually helps out my channel too. It's just a simple referral. But, again, I'm not a financial advisor. It's free money. Okay? I can't stress that enough for people on that stuff. And yeah, thank you guys. If you're new, feel free to subscribe. Would love for you to be a part of the community. I didn't say this before because I've been going through things, but thank you for helping me hit 10,000 subscribers. Cheers to the next 10,000. Maybe one day we'll hit 100,000 on this channel. I can only hope. And feel free to share this video on social media if you think other people would find this to be helpful. And, don't forget to hit like. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.